the Ryder Cup? First up, the Ryder Cup, golf's ultimate team competition. This biennial battle between the United States and Europe has produced some of the most dramatic moments in golf history. Started in 1927 when American businessman Samuel Ryder donated the now iconic gold trophy, this event has transformed from a friendly exhibition into a pressure cooker that makes even the most seasoned pros crumble. The format is simple but brutal. 28 matches played over 3 days with 12 players on each team. Day 1 and 2 feature foursomes and 4-ball matches, while the final day brings 12 head-to-head singles matches that often decide everything. To make the American team, you need to be one of the top 6 in the Ryder Cup point standings, which are earned through major championships and PGA Tour events, or be one of 6 captains' picks. For Europe, it's the top 3 from their European points list, the top 3 from the World Points list, and 6 captain selections. The venue alternates between courses in the United States and Europe, with the 2023 edition held at Marco Simone Golf Club in Rome, Italy, where Europe reclaimed the cup with a dominant 16.5 to 11.5 victory. The 2025 Ryder Cup will be played at Bethpage Black in New York, a course known for its brutal difficulty and rowdy American crowds. The Ryder Cup has given us countless unforgettable moments, but none more electric than the Miracle at Medina in 2012. Europe entered the final day trailing 10-6, needing 8 points from 12 singles matches, a nearly impossible task. But Captain Jose Maria Olazabal's team staged one of the greatest comebacks in sports history, winning match after match until Martin Kaymer sank a 6-foot putt on the 18th hole to retain the cup. The Europeans eventually won 14.5 to 13.5. Leaving the American team and their fans in absolute shock. Then there was the war on the shore at Kiowa Island in 1991, where tensions reached a boiling point. The competition came down to the final match between Bernhard Langer and Hale Irwin. With everything on the line, Langer faced a 6-foot putt to tie his match and retain the cup for Europe. In a heartbreaking moment, his putt slid by the hole, giving the Americans their first victory since 1983 and sending the home crowd into a frenzy. The President's Cup. The Ryder Cup isn't the only team showdown that gets golf fans fired up. The President's Cup, created in 1994, brings together the United States against an international team representing the rest of the world excluding Europe. Played in non-Ryder Cup years, this competition follows a similar format but with 30 matches instead of 28. To qualify for the U.S. team, players must rank among the top 6 in President's Cup points, with 6 additional captains' picks. The international team selects their top 8 players from the official World Golf Ranking with 4 captains' picks to round out the squad. Unlike the Ryder Cup, the President's Cup has been dominated by the Americans, who hold an overwhelming 13-1-1 record. The event rotates between venues in the United States and international location, with the 2024 competition held at Royal Montreal Golf Club, where the Americans secured a dominating 18.5 to 11.5 victory. The 2026 President's Cup will take place at Medina Country Club outside of Chicago, where the international team will be desperate to improve their record. While the President's Cup hasn't produced as many nail-biting finishes as the Ryder Cup, the 2003 edition at Fancourt in South Africa ended in unprecedented fashion. After regulation play ended in a 17-17 tie, Tiger Woods and Ernie Els were selected for a sudden death playoff to determine the winner. As darkness fell, the two stars matched each other shot for shot through 3 playoff holes. With conditions becoming unplayable, captains Jack Nicklaus and Gary Player agreed to share the cup, a decision that embodied the event's spirit of international goodwill. The Walker Cup. If you're wondering where the next generation of team competition stars comes from, look no further than the Walker Cup. This prestigious amateur event, first played in 1922, pits the best amateur golfers from the United States against Great Britain and Ireland. Named after George Herbert Walker, grandfather of former President George H.W. Bush, this biennial competition has launched the careers of countless golf legends. The format features 26 matches over 2 days, with foursomes in the morning and singles in the afternoon. Selection to these teams is considered one of the highest honors in amateur golf. The U.S. team is chosen by the USGA, typically including the U.S. Amateur Champion and runner-up, along with the top-ranked American amateurs. The Great Britain and Ireland team is selected by the R&A, focusing on the top performers in amateur events across the British Isles. The Walker Cup alternates between venues in the United States and Great Britain and Ireland, with the 2023 competition held at St Andrews in Scotland, where Great Britain and Ireland secured a 14.5 to 11.5 victory. The 2025 edition will be played at Cypress Point Club in California, one of the most spectacular courses in the world. The list of Walker Cup alumni reads like a who's who of golf greatness. Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, and Jordan Spieth all represented the United States, while Rory McIlroy, Justin Rose, and Padraig Harrington competed for Great Britain and Ireland before their professional careers took off. In fact, the 2007 Walker Cup at Royal County Down featured both Rory McIlroy and Ricky Fowler before they became household names. Curtis Cup. For the women's game, the Curtis Cup serves as the equivalent to the Walker Cup. Established in 1932, this competition features the best female amateur golfers from the United States against Great Britain and Ireland. Named after sisters Harriet and Margaret Curtis, both U.S. women's amateur champions, this event has the same format as the Walker Cup, with 20 matches played over 3 days. Selection follows similar criteria to the Walker Cup, with the U.S. women's amateur champion typically earning an automatic spot on the American team. The Curtis Cup alternates between American and Great Britain and Ireland venues, with the 2024 competition held at Sunningdale Golf Club in England, where the Great Britain and Ireland team won a close battle with a 10.5 to 9.5 victory over the U.S. team. Notable Curtis Cup alumni include Michelle Wie, Lexi Thompson, and Nelly Korda from the United States, along with Katrina Matthew, Georgia Hall, and Charlie Hull from Great Britain and Ireland. The 2010 Curtis Cup at Essex County Club in Massachusetts saw a young Lexi Thompson compete for the U.S. at just 15 years old, foreshadowing her future success on the LPGA Tour. The Solheim Cup. Now let's shift our focus to the Solheim Cup, the women's equivalent of the Ryder Cup. Established in 1990 and named after golf equipment manufacturer Karsten Solheim, this biennial competition features the best professional women golfers from the United States against Europe. The format mirrors the Ryder Cup with 28 matches played over 3 days. American players qualify through Solheim Cup points earned in LPGA Tour events, with the top 7 players making the team automatically, along with 5 captains' picks. European qualification combines points from the Ladies European Tour and Rolex rankings, with 6 automatic qualifiers and 6 captain selections. The Solheim Cup alternates between American and European venues, with the 2024 competition held at Robert Trent Jones Golf Club in Virginia, where the United States won 15.5 to 12.5, returning the cup to the United States team. The 2015 Solheim Cup produced one of the most controversial moments in the event's history. During a 4-ball match, American rookie Allison Lee picked up her ball thinking European player Suzann Pettersson had conceded a short putt. Pettersson insisted no concession had been given, resulting in a loss of hole for the Americans. The incident sparked outrage and tears, but ultimately fueled an American comeback on the final day, as they rallied from a 10-6 deficit to win 14.5 to 13.5. The Palmer Cup. The Palmer Cup, named after Arnold Palmer, brings together the top college golfers from the United States against their international counterparts. Unlike other competitions, the Palmer Cup features both men and women competing together for their respective teams. Established in 1997, this annual event has become a stepping stone for collegiate golfers with professional aspirations. Selection is based on collegiate rankings and committee picks, with 12 men and 12 women on each team. The competition rotates between American and international venues, with the 2025 edition held at Congaree Golf Club in South Carolina, where the international team secured a 35 to 25 victory. Palmer Cup alumni include Justin Thomas, Colin Morikawa, and Bryson DeChambeau from the United States, along with John Rahm, Victor Hovland, and Hideki Matsuyama from the international side. The 2013 Palmer Cup at Wilmington Country Club featured both Justin Thomas and Daniel Berger before they became PGA Tour stars. The Zurich Classic PGA Tour event. Now, let's talk about one of the most unique team events in golf, the Zurich Classic of New Orleans. Unlike the other competitions we've discussed, this is an official PGA Tour event that features 2-player teams competing in alternate shot and better ball format. Established as a team event in 2017, the Zurich Classic offers FedEx Cup points and official money, making it a rare opportunity for tour players to experience team dynamics during the regular season. Teams qualify based on the highest-ranked players' PGA Tour status, with their partner receiving an exemption if not otherwise eligible. The event is held annually at TPC Louisiana in New Orleans, with the 2025 edition won by the team of Andrew Novak and Ben Griffin. The Zurich Classic has produced some memorable partnerships, including the dominant team of Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele, who won the 2022 event by 2 strokes. And in 2024, Rory McIlroy won with partner Shane Lowry in exciting fashion during a playoff. The tournament has also seen unlikely pairings like Jon Rahm and Ryan Palmer, who claimed victory in 2019 despite having very different playing styles. So there you have it. The elite golf team events that shape the sport's competitive landscape. From the pressure-packed intensity of the Ryder Cup to the amateur showcases that launch future stars, these competitions represent golf at its most compelling. They remind us that even in a sport defined by individual achievement, there's something special about playing for your team, your country, and something bigger than yourself. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content that dives into the stories of golf history. And let us know in the comments. What is your prediction for the 2025 Ryder Cup? Until next time, thanks for watching.